Hello and welcome to In the Kitchen with Matt. I am your host, Matt Taylor. Today I'm going to show you how to make 3-ingredient Nutella cookies. Oh yeah, super easy to do, super delicious. This is based off the brownie recipe, the Nutella brownie recipe that I did here on my channel a couple years ago. Again, really easy to do. If I can do it, you can do it. Before we move on, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my new videos. Let's get started. Down below in the description box, you'll find a list of the ingredients and their amounts, but it's really easy to remember. All right, so I'm going to start with the Nutella. All right, you could also use just the store brand hazelnut spread if you want. It doesn't have to be this kind. And we want 1 cup of Nutella. And it's pretty much this whole thing, but I'm going to measure it just to be a little bit more precise, even though you don't have to be extremely precise with this recipe. I have this awesome measuring cup that works really well for stuff like peanut butter and Nutella. So it winds up being nearly the whole 370 gram or 13 ounce container. There's still some left in there, and you could use the rest, frankly, if you wanted to. But I'm going to save this a little bit for later for something else. All right, we'll just put this in there. All right, and now we will add 1 large egg. I have not tried this recipe with egg substitutes, but feel free to try it with your favorite egg substitute if you want. Totally up to you, but I have not done it with any egg substitutes. All right, and so once you have the egg mixed in, it'll look something like this. And now I have 1 cup of flour, and you could add a little bit of salt to that flour, like 1/8 of a teaspoon, 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt to the flour if you want. You also could add just a little bit of baking powder to it if you want as well. And at this point, if you wanted to add nuts like walnuts or pecans, you can put it in there right now. I'm going to use a sifter. It's not necessary to use the sifter, but I'm only going to put a little bit in at a time. Or stir this in. It gets pretty thick, the ingredients. So use a sturdy spoon to do this, like a wooden spoon or this really sturdy silicone spoon that I'm using. Add some more in there. In my brownie recipe, I only use 2/3 cup of flour. So you can use as little as 2/3 cup of flour or go up as much as a cup of flour for this recipe. It's pretty forgiving when it comes to the flour. I'll put the rest of it in there. And feel free to use a mixer if you want, especially like a KitchenAid with a dough hook. That works really well because this dough is a little bit different than just like a classic cookie dough. I'm just going to push it down. All right. So we get all the flour mixed in, and now it's ready to go. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 176 Celsius. And then make sure you have clean hands. Always have clean hands when you're baking. And we're going to take some of this and roll it into a ball. Like that. And we'll put it on a sheet pan lined with parchment paper or like a silicone mat. And this will make somewhere between 12 and 15 cookies. It just depends on the size that you make them. All right, now we'll bake them in the oven, again preheated, 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 176 Celsius, and we'll bake them for 10 to 14 minutes onto that step. And when they come out of the oven, they will look something like this. They'll be a little cracked on there, slightly dry to the touch. And so these took about 14 to 15 minutes. And if you want them to be more thin, then you just flatten them out a little bit more after you roll them into a ball before baking them. And they might spread out a little more than this. And there you go, just let them sit here on the hot pan for about 4 to 5 minutes, and then we will move them and put them on a wire rack. And after they have cooled a bit, you can eat them. I'm gonna take one, I'll break it open, show you what it looks like. Nice and fudgy on the inside. Really, really good for just 3 ingredients. If you like Nutella and you like cookies, give these a try. Once again, only 3 ingredients. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm Matt Taylor. This has been another episode of In the Kitchen with Matt. Thank you for joining me. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or requests, put them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thumbs up, down the corner, push it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos. Take care. Time for me to dive into this some more. Oh yeah.